Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Mia of Mia's Apparel. If this is the first time of seeing my video, kindly subscribe to my channel, like my videos, comment and share. Today we'll be talking about how to make circle gown or flare gown without joining. So I will be working with 4 yards of Ankara because I'm cutting for a plus size. And if it's a small size or medium size, 2.5 or 3 yards is okay for you. So I actually wanted to use freehand before. That was why I folded the fabric in a triangle form, and I will divide the bust by 4. After dividing the bust by 4, it gave me 14. And when I measured the gown length from that line that I marked to the hem of the Ankara, it doesn't give me the length of the person I want to work with. So I'll show you another method I came up with that you can use to cut this flare dress without having joining at the end. So you fold your fabric into two depending on the quantity of fabric you are working with. So I folded my fabric into 24. That is 48 and to be 24 on fold. So I drafted a basic bodice for the person. Then I'll cut it out. Then I'll split. This is the method of splash and spread method. So I'll pin my paper on my fabric. Then I'll splash the splitted part open. Where I splitted is the dart line. I splitted it to my bust line, since that is where I want the gown to be free to. I didn't mean you want it to be free to your armhole line, then you split it to your armhole line, which is your chest line. So I'm actually measuring what I have, like the insertion I input on the fabric. So to be sure that the dress will be free enough. So this middle line, the dart line, when I measured it, I measured around 8 inches. That will be, it is 2, the fabric is on fold, so it will be 16. The other side too, I measure around 17. So I'll take my tape rule from my shoulder line down to my length. I want to work with length 42, but since I've splashed the paper, the side will be shorter than the center front. So I have to remeasure my length from my shoulder line to my preferred length, which is 42, down the fabric. So I won't mind where the length of the paper reach. So when I'm done, I'll connect the line as you are seeing me doing here. I'll connect the line. After I connect the line, then I'll cut. So I will insert the line from the hem line to my armhole line. Note, when I draft this pattern, I didn't add the additional sewing allowance. So I added the sewing allowance on my fabric, which is 1.5, as you can see. So I added the sewing allowance on my fabric, since the splash did not get to the bust line, so that it won't be too tight on the bust. So I added sewing allowance. Then I connect the line from the hem line to the sewing allowance on the armhole. Then I'll cut out. If this is the first time of seeing my video, kindly subscribe to my channel, comment, like and share my video. So this is the outcome after I finish cutting. This is the front part. So I won't be using the paper again. I'll just use the front part to cut the back part. Sorry, I didn't show that on my, but make sure you use the front part to cut the back part, and use your preferred neckline for the back part too. So this is the sleeve. I drafted a basic sleeve on my paper too. Then I came down by 4 inches. Then I splitted the paper like I did for the bodies. Then after I splitted the paper, I'll pin it on my fabric. Then I'll spread like I did for the body of the dress. So I'll measure the sleeve length like I did for the body of the dress. Then I'll connect like so. After connecting, then I will cut. So if you follow this procedure, you will definitely get your circle dress without joining it. So when I'm done cutting the sleeve, I came in with pieces of the fabric, then I placed my neckline on the pieces to cut a facing, because this dress won't have lining. So this is me cutting out the facing. Then after I've done cutting the facing, I'll measure 3 inches downward or 4 inches depending on what you want. I'll measure 3 inches downward. That's how long I want my facing to be. Then I'll cut. So after cutting the down part, I will hem it. So I'll use this neckline to turn my neckline around. I'll use it to turn it in. Note this dress does not have zip at the back. So for the back facing, I'll use the back neckline to cut the back facing. This is how it will be. This is the front facing and the front body. Then I'll sew it round like so. Then I'll turn it to the left side. I'll place it right side facing right side, sew it with 1/2 inch, notch it, then I'll turn it to the left side. But before doing that, I will pipe the tip in. Then I'll use hemming gum to staple it with the body. So let me join. Then this is it after joining. This is the back piece. Remember I said the back piece does not have zipper. So I came down by 3 inches. Then I slitted the center back of the dress. Then after I've slitted the center back, I slitted the back facing too. So I use it to turn it out. I sew a rope of 3 inches. Then I use it for the button holes too. So after sewing, I use hemming gum to pipe it to stable it down on the body. So this is the front piece and the facing too. Then I added pockets when I noticed I have extra fabric left and I didn't want to waste it. So I added pockets to it. This is how it looks. You can see how neat the pocket looks. So let's take it to the mannequin for you to see how it looks. So this is the final look of this dress, and it doesn't have joining because I drafted a pattern for it. So this is the final look. I will show you the back, how the back looks too with the button. Kindly stop by every Saturday to watch new videos on my channel. So this is how it looks at the back with the button. Then our circle dress is done. So if you want to use this method is actually advisable for people that doesn't want their circle dress to have joining. So it will be preferable to go with this method instead of using the freehand method. See you next Saturday. Bye.